Hey, how are you doing today? I hope all is well. I'm going to give you a quick tour of Adobe Premiere Rush. Let me show you what version I currently have so you can compare it to the version you have on your computer. I absolutely love using Adobe Premiere Rush because it's very simple to use and there's a software, so a desktop or a laptop version, but there's also an app, and I can highly recommend the app as well. It works on both Android and iPhone, so it is a great app to use as well. All right, so let's dive in. Now, when you open up Adobe Premiere Rush, of course, first you want to select some videos that you're going to use. So I pre-selected a couple of videos here, but as you can see on the left, you can find different places for you to find your videos or pictures or text or music, anything that you want to add to your video project. For now, I'm just going to select 3 videos. And if I select this one, it will show you a 1. If I select the second one, it will say 2. And the third one, it will say 3. Now, the nice thing about Premiere Rush is that this is actually the order the clips will appear in once you import them. So if you want to edit really fast, you can already select the right order when you import them. Isn't that cool? So for now, I'm just going to select it this way. And let's go to Create at the bottom right corner. And we'll just have to wait a couple of seconds for Adobe Rush to import everything. Here we go. All right, so as you can see, I am still on the free starter plan, still trying it out. So if you actually buy Adobe Rush, if you are part of the Adobe plan, then of course you wouldn't see this anymore. But for now, as you can see, the 3 different clips that I just selected are down below, right here. This area is also called the timeline. So it has the time over here, so in seconds, right? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, which is really nice because then you know how long the video is going to be. So the timeline is really where you're going to be doing a lot of cutting, pasting. This is really where, everything takes place. And then over here, the canvas, obviously, this is the video itself, and you'll be able to see what the actual result will look like right over here. Okay, so let me give you a quick tour. We'll start here on the left with the little plus icon. If you want to add any type of media, whether it's videos, pictures, text, anything, you go and hit the plus button on the top left corner. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different types of media that you can import. Media, graphics, audio. You can even do a voiceover. So that is really, I think, really good to know. If you hit this, you will actually be able to see everything a little better. It expands the menu. So that's just a setting that you might be able to use. All right. So if you go to the down left over here, first of all, there's the scissors, which, as you can see, will split your clip. So if you select a clip down below, the edges will become orange. So that's how you know you've selected a clip, which is actually really important because if you want to split something or delete something or crop something, then obviously Adobe Premiere Rush needs to know what clip it needs to clip or crop or split. So if you want to split a certain clip, first make sure that you have it selected, and then you can use this to split it. But I know there's also a fast key, which is, I think, Command K, but that also differs. Control K maybe. Well, it really also depends on the computer that you have, but I can highly recommend using fast keys as well. So if you use one of my courses, then I can of course send you one of the fast key check sheets as well. All right, so once you hit this, it will split the clip. As you can see, it's now been split in two. And then you can delete any clip if you want and just hit the backspace button. So if you want to undo this, if you go to the upper right corner over there, you can undo it. So that is really good to know that right over here, there's the undo and redo button in the upper right corner. All right, so that's the scissors. It's splitting a clip. Down below, it's the duplicate button, which of course also, is pretty self-explanatory, but if you select a clip and you hit duplicate, then it's going to copy the clip and put it right behind the clip that you selected. There's the delete button, which, you can delete clips with, and then here's the expand option, which is kind of nice, especially if you're working in a lot more layers. So what you see here is different tracks, right? So all these, there's just one track right now, but this there could be a lot more different tracks. So I could, for example, pull this video up, and then we have two different tracks. And then I could pull this one down, or no, maybe up as well, or maybe here, or wherever you want, and you can add different layers that way. And whatever shows on top, so whatever is on top here will also appear at the top in the video. Anyway, so this is, different tracks, and with this function, you can expand it, and you can also say, well, I want to unmute, or I want to mute this track, or I want it to be visible or not visible, or maybe you want to lock that track, so you just want to make sure that nothing happens to it. Anyway, so this is really a great way to expand the tracks. All right. So let's move to the upper right corner, which is where a lot of editing options are. So over here, now let's select a clip and let me show you. The first option is graphics and mainly text. So if you select text or graphics, here we go. You can actually, of course it won't work now. Oh, there we go. Did it work? Yes. So you can hit add graphic over here, and then there's a ton of different titles that you can pick from, and this is something I really love about Premiere Rush, is that there are so many different titles and graphics and overlays, and they're also pretty cool looking. So you can click through here and find a lot more, as you can see. And basically how it works is if you see one that you like, you can select it and then simply drag it into your timeline to the place wherever you want it to be. So maybe you want it to be right over the first clip, then you just drag it there. Now this is going to take a little while. There you go. And then you can go move your cursor. That's the blue line. You move the cursor all the way to the front and you hit space to hit play. And there you go. So there's the nice little graphic. Of course, here on the right, you see all the assets for this graphic. So you can change the font, change the shape, the second and the first and it's the second line of text are here, change the color, outline, shadow, well, the whole, change everything that you want. So this is really nice. This is a really nice option, and actually a lot more options text wise than more than a lot of other free programs. All right, so there's the graphic function. Of course, right now we are in titles, but there's also transition graphics right here on the left. There's different overlays, so different, little graphics that you can put on your video. So maybe you want a nice little like button at the end of your video. All you do is just grab it, drag it, wait for a couple of seconds for it to load, and then when you hit play, this is what it looks like. And that's the neat thing about Premiere Rush. So you can change the color, the outline, the shadow, change a lot of different elements or properties of this graphic as well. But yes, so those are the pretty basic things when it comes to the different graphics. There's also an option called saved. So once you have changed a graphic and you want to save it to your own, you can later then reload it, and then you'll have your own sets of graphics. So that might be something that you might want to look into once you're editing a bit more often. All right, so that's graphics. Then let's move on to the second button, which is transitions, which of course is how you transition from one clip to the next. So you can do the very famous, well-known dissolve, or dip to black, or dip to white, or wipe to left. Well, as you can see, there is a ton of different transitions here. And basically how it works is you just pick one. Oh, by the way, you can also select the duration of the transition right here. But say you want to do the wipe up, you just drag it between the clips that you want to place it between. And as you can see, you'll see a little orange part here. So it shows the transition. Now let me move the cursor back and show you what that looks like. Well, didn't see that much. That went really fast. I know I saw it, but it was really, really way too fast. Let me find another one and make it a lot longer so we can hopefully see the difference. Let's see. Let's put you over here and then delete this one. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference. Yes, see that? So that's a really, simple way to add some transitions. Now, my advice would be to not go crazy with the transitions. So to keep it very, very simple. So usually, like, if you really want to use a transition, either make it like dip to black, dip to white. I prefer dip to white just to make it very clean and crisp. If it's a little bit more dramatic, maybe dip to black or dissolve. And if you do go for something a bit more flashy, like a push to the left or a push up, whatever, then try to use that throughout the video. So it's not a mix of all these different transitions. All right, so that's transitions. As you can see, there's a ton of different more options, which I can definitely go into in another video or in another session. But for now, let's just keep it with the transitions. Then over here, there's a ton of presets, which is also another really nice thing about Adobe Premiere Rush. So if you want your video to look a certain way, maybe look very cinematic, or maybe you want to change the colors to black and white, whatever you want to do, you can just grab that preset and drag it over. As you can see, when you just click the preset, it will already kind of show you what that's going to look like. So yes, that's that. And then over here is the timing, the speed, which is also another really nice function. So as you probably guessed, you can change the speed here, so you can slow it down, speed it up. And another really nice thing is you can decide whether you want to maintain the audio pitch. So if you move it a lot faster for the voice to really go up, that's something that you really might want to add in there if you kind of are looking for something, funny. But if you are not looking for something funny, then it might be, really distracting. So this is really nice that this is built in. Then let's move on to the next one. Audio. So this is really important, right? So the audio part here is really, really important. So what is built in Adobe Premiere Rush is, if you go to advanced, what I absolutely love about this is that, first of all, it will recognize what type of audio is selected. So if I don't have any music in here right now, but if I would have a music track, it would actually recognize it as music. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's take a look. So this clip, it actually recognizes as voice because, it is a voice. So that's really nice. If it is music, it will recognize it as music. And another thing I really want to quickly show you is, let me see, where is it? Because there is another advanced option, which of course I can't find right now. Oh, here it is. Okay. So if you go to advanced and if it's on music and then auto volume, what is really lovely about Premiere Rush is the auto duck function. So what that is when you have music and a voice. So maybe you're talking, explaining something, and then you want to put some music under your video. But you know, the start of the video, when maybe there's some images or a title, you kind of want the music to be up. And then at the end of the video, when you stop talking and maybe you see your logo, you kind of want the music to go back up again. Well, that's this function. It's called auto duck. And so what it does is it recognizes your voice automatically. So it can see or hear, I guess, when you're talking, and it will automatically put the music, slowly fade out the music when you're talking, and then when you stop talking, slowly fade in the music again. That's really cool, right? So that's one of the really nice things about Adobe Premiere Rush. All right, then let's move on to the final menu icon, which is transforming, which is also really important, especially if you want to change the canvas size. So right now we have everything is 16 by 9, but maybe you would like to export your video to square or to vertical because you want to export it to social. Well, under your canvas, so right here under your canvas, you see these buttons over here. You can change the aspect ratio, and this is really cool. So you can change it to square, 9 by 16, even 4 by 5. So say I'm going to change this to 9 by 16. It's vertical. So what is nice about the transform option over here is that you can change the position. So you can change the position of the video. I guess I would have to select, yeah, there you go. So you can change, as you can see, I'm now changing the position, which is really nice, right? So it helps you, especially if you're cropping your video, it will help you with making sure that everything is in the frame. You can also select fit, and if you do that, then obviously it's going to make sure that everything that you filmed will be in the frame. For now, let's just put it on fill. All right, so there's a couple of more options here, as you can see, which of course I'll be very happy to talk to you or show you in a next video or talk to you about in one of our next sessions. But for now, this was an introduction to Adobe Premiere Rush. I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.